We can't just kill everyone.
That's exactly what we're gonna do.
Season 2 of The Boys picks up right where the chaos of Season 1 left off. Billy Butcher has just learned that his wife Becca is not only alive, but has secretly been raising Homelander's child, hidden away by Vought. With that bombshell hanging in the air, we find the boys scattered and in hiding. Hughie, Mother's Milk, Frenchie, and Kimiko are fugitives, trying to stay one step ahead of Vought and its diabolical poster boy, Homelander. Butcher is missing, presumed to be in the wind, leaving the team directionless and fractured. Vought, meanwhile, is riding high after manipulating the public into fearing superpowered terrorists, all thanks to the controlled leak of Compound V, the serum that creates supes. Homelander had a hand in this, of course, hoping to militarize supes and consolidate his power, even if it means plunging the world into chaos. But Vought isn't just dealing with global politics and shady PR, they're also dealing with internal rot. The Seven is short a member after the explosive death of Translucent, and his replacement arrives in the form of Stormfront, a seemingly modern, social media savvy supe who appears to be everything Homelander isn't. Relatable, grounded, and clever. But it doesn't take long before Stormfront's true colors begin to show, and those colors are soaked in blood and old-world fascism. She's a Nazi, literally. Formerly operating under the name Liberty, she's been around for decades, aging slowly thanks to Compound V, and spreading white supremacist ideology under the radar. Her agenda is chilling, to craft a new generation of supes born from adults dosed with Compound V, but only those who meet her twisted ideals. As Stormfront quickly rises in popularity, Homelander begins to feel overshadowed. He's used to being the sun everyone revolves around, and now there's a new star in the sky. But instead of clashing, the two form an unholy alliance, romantic, political, and terrifying. Their relationship is as destructive as their power, culminating in brutal sex scenes that leave walls cracked and egos inflated. Together, they begin shaping a vision of the future that's straight out of a dystopian nightmare, pushing propaganda, fanning the flames of division, and using fear as a weapon. While this horror show unfolds, Hughie and Annie, Starlight, are still trying to take down Vought from the inside. Their relationship is under constant threat. Starlight remains in the Seven, forced to smile for cameras while secretly working with the boys. Hughie, still idealistic and clinging to hope, finds himself at odds with Butcher, who has returned more bitter and nihilistic than ever. Butcher's focus is singular: get Becca back, no matter the cost. That drive takes him deep into Vaught's web, where he eventually tracks her down. But Becca refuses to leave without Ryan, her son. She knows that if they leave him behind, Homelander will destroy him, or worse, mold him into a younger version of himself. But Butcher is cold to the idea of raising the child of the man who raped his wife, even if he's innocent. This moral fracture sits at the heart of Butcher's journey, and it drives him to make a deal with the devil, or at least someone close. To take Vought down, the boys start gathering evidence about the origins of Compound Phi and the atrocities it has enabled. This brings them to Sage Grove Center, a secret Vought facility where adult test subjects are injected with Compound V. It's a madhouse of unstable powers, tortured souls, and unspeakable experiments. Here, the boys reunite with an old friend, Lamplighter, a disgraced member of the Seven who burned Mallory's grandchildren alive. Though once their enemy, he becomes a reluctant ally after witnessing the horrors of Sage Grove. His guilt is a festering wound, and it ultimately consumes him when he sacrifices himself later on. As the truth about Stormfront's past comes to light, Annie leaks the existence of Compound Vi to the world. The revelation that supes are made, not born, shatters the myth Vought has spent decades building. But the company spins it, of course, blaming rogue elements and selling the lie with slick PR. In the meantime, a new threat emerges. Heads start exploding. One by one, people who know too much or get too close to the truth are violently assassinated, their skulls bursting like balloons in front of terrified audiences. The public is horrified, but no one knows who's behind it, not even the boys. In the background, Victoria Newman, a congresswoman with a vendetta against Vought, begins making waves. She wants answers and accountability, and she becomes an unlikely ally. But as the series progresses, her motives grow murkier. Her clean public image hides a devastating secret. But more on that later. Homelander, meanwhile, becomes increasingly unstable. He tries to play dad with Ryan, forcing fatherhood in twisted ways that border on torture. At one point, he literally pushes the boy off a roof to see if he can fly. It's traumatic, and it sends Becca running back to Butcher for help. In a rare moment of empathy, Butcher agrees to rescue her and the boy, even if it means trusting people he normally wouldn't. This sets up the explosive final act. Becca escapes with Ryan, and they meet up with Butcher, but Stormfront isn't far behind. She intercepts them, sparking a brutal battle. Stormfront is ruthless, tearing through everyone in her way. But the tables turn when Kimiko, Starlight, and even Queen Maeve join forces. In one of the most satisfying scenes in the series, the women of the boys beat Stormfront down in a glorious, no-holds-barred fight. She escapes, barely, but she's mortally wounded. In the chaos, Ryan's powers finally manifest. In a desperate attempt to save his mother, he accidentally unleashes his heat vision, incinerating Stormfront but fatally injuring Becca in the process. Her dying words to Butcher are heartbreaking. Protect Ryan. Butcher, the man who vowed to destroy all Supes, now finds himself the guardian of one. Homelander arrives too late. Bloodied and unhinged, he's ready to take Ryan back. But Maeve uses blackmail, footage of him letting a plane crash, to force him to back off for now. Homelander returns to the tower, humiliated and raging, and lets the world believe everything is fine. Alone, he masturbates atop a skyscraper, repeating, "I can do whatever I want," a chilling reminder of how fragile his psyche really is. The boys disband, temporarily. Hughie takes a job with Newman's office, hoping to change the system from within. But just when it seems the dust has settled, we learn the truth. Victoria Newman is the supe who's been exploding heads all along. Her calm demeanor masks an incredible, terrifying power. She's playing both sides, and as Season 2 ends, the world feels more dangerous than ever. So much of The Boys Season 2 is about the illusion of power, and what happens when it's placed in the wrong hands. Whether it's a narcissistic supe with godlike abilities or a politician with deadly secrets, the show reminds us that corruption doesn't wear just one face. It hides in plain sight, and sometimes the only way to fight monsters is to become one.